Yeah, and there's one other thing that you reminded me. I'll just share that I think about the gratitude and the giving. So my wife worked for the World Council of Churches, which is kind of the Protestant Vatican, but they're way more liberal and progressive. And one of the things that they did, they're pretty social change activists, but they're not. They've reinterpreted some of the biblical stories in their own way. And the one that my wife shared to me that they really liked a lot was about Jesus and the multiplication of the loaves and the fishes. And the way it's presented was that this is a miracle, that only some supernatural creature could sort of multiply all the, a few bread and a few fishes to feed 1,000 people. And the church has made this into a miracle, and it's a sign that this is, not a real ordinary human like us. The way that they have interpreted it as that this was shortly after the Sermon on the Mount, around that time. And Jesus gave this incredibly inspiring speech about how we're all together and we're all one family. And then people overcame their selfishness. And then they shared what they had. It's sort of the stone soup kind of story. And then it was enough for everybody. And so that's the real miracle, is how do we help people to be generous and grateful and see us all as one family? And if we can do that, that's the real key to happiness. And that is something that everybody could do. When you turn it into a miracle story, you're like, I can't magically make
one guy can do it.
Only with this one guy. Yeah, but when you make it as overcoming selfishness and sharing as the key to happiness, then we can all do that. So I think that I'm really very delighted that you're helping sort of this positive psychology focus on what's possible, not just on healing the wounded, but it's also keeping everybody in a joyous state to be resilient for the challenges.